Hey guys, I'm Josh and welcome to my channel Video Epo. In this video, I'm going to give you some pointers that will be helpful while you're making your mini pottery wheel. If this is not your subject, you can skip this video. I make a lot of interesting stuff on my channel and I'm sure there will be something that will catch your attention. Now let's get into this video. Now, what is a pottery wheel? A mini pottery wheel actually. All it is a small little motor and there is a metal plate or any kind of a plate for that matter, and it's spinning around and you throw clay on top of it and you get the pottery out of it, right? Sounds very simple, but it turns out that there were a lot of difficulties that I faced in making this small little gadget. So I thought I should make a video and address all those issues so that it will save someone else's time. Let us break it down into simpler steps. The first one being the motor. The motor needs to have a good amount of speed and it also needs to have a good amount of torque, and that is because we will be throwing in clay on top. The clay's got some weight. We also will be applying pressure with our fingers and that is going to create some sort of a force, and the motors that I had did not work because most of these motors were toy motors, so the ones that had good torque lacked speed and the ones that were really fast did not have the torque. The next thing was to look into some shops nearby, and we found a gentleman there. He said that why don't you use a motor which has got 30,000 RPM and you can use a speed controller to reduce the speed, and that is something I forgot to mention. You also need to be able to vary the speed of the motor based on your requirement. So we thought, okay fine, we can get this 30,000 RPM motor and the speed controller and reduce the speed to the point that we want to and work with it. But unfortunately it did not work. When we were running it on 300 RPM or 500 RPM, it was not having good enough torque and the motor controller kind of it burnt out. So the option number one was a failure. I'll also have to talk about the plate that goes along with it. For the first plate I made was made out of aluminum and the coupler was also aluminum, and I tried to weld it together with the aluminum brazing rods, but it did not work for me. I also tried to weld it with lead. It did not work for me. So I tried to put these things together with epoxy resin. It worked to a certain extent, and after a few minutes it just flung out in the air. So that was also a failure. So the first one, the motor is a fail, the speed control is a fail, and the plate and the coupler which we made was a fail. So we were going for a next option. We were trying to work out a solution for the plate. Again, we tried to make a plate in the lathe, but the person in the lathe, he made a mistake. So the plate was like this and the coupler was a little bit of offset and the centering point was also not accurate. So that was wobbling way too much and it was totally not usable. By this point of time, we realized that we don't need a speed of 30,000 RPM. Somewhere between 500 or 300 RPM will do. Why did we not think of this before? Because any reference video that we had seen had the footage, either it was sped up or it was slowed down for the beauty of shots, and so we were not able to guess the kind of speed at which the motor is spinning. So that was a problem, but now we figured out that somewhere between 300 to 500 was good enough for whatever we were doing. So we specifically looked for motors that were between 300 to 500 RPM, and we were very specific about buying geared motors which will have good torque, and we found a motor and that was the best part. Next was the coupler, and luckily this time around the shaft of this motor was 5mm in thickness and we found a coupler, ready-made coupler in the shop itself. Next part was to make a plate that goes on top of the coupler, for which we approached a certain lathe, but nobody was willing to make that kind of a size for us because the lathe was very big lathe. I mean, this was industrial lathes. So, but at one shop we found a small aluminum dial and I thought this could work, and so we tried to put this coupler onto that plate. Very meticulously we measured the center and then we tried to put it. The housing or the cabinet for the whole pottery wheel is nothing but a 5-inch diameter PVC dummy. So we made some holes on the PVC dummy and then we attached the motor from inside, and there was ample room and space for the speed controller and a switch to go in there. So with that, after doing everything, we tried putting the plate on top of it. It had a little bit of a wobble, so I used a file to kind of rectify it and also smooth out the edges so that it doesn't scratch your hands when you're working with it. After that, I removed all of these parts and I painted the dummy and made it look a little better, and then put all of these parts together. So with this, when we tried it, you can see that there is a little bit of wobble here and there, but it is still workable. And after this point, we tried throwing clay on top of it and tried to see if it actually is workable. I mean, it had good amount of torque and it had decent amount of speed that was workable. And we were still not able to get pottery work properly, because pottery is just not something that you throw clay and you get some fantastic vessels or pottery out of it. It's a skill that you have to learn and acquire it by practice. So that's a different part of the story. But at this point of time, the pottery wheel does work, and everybody in my house was really excited. My kids were trying it out, my wife was trying it out, my friend was here, he was the one who wanted this pottery wheel in the first place. He was trying it out and it kind of worked. So those are the pointers that I wanted to give you in this video. This is a really short video, and I thought this would help, because I've seen a lot of videos where they show toy motors or smaller motors and they add a plate on top of it and they start working with clay. I don't know if it works, but if it works, please let me know in the comment section below. I want to know and learn how to do this thing at a cheaper price, because the motor costed me around 450 rupees, and the plate and all of the other components, I mean the whole budget was less than 1000 rupees. But if I were to buy a pottery wheel, mini pottery wheel like this, it would have costed me around 6000 rupees or something. So for a beginner, I think, and for experimentation, this would work. But why was I making this pottery wheel in the first place? And that was for my friend who's got a channel where he does a lot of miniature cooking, and he wanted to make pottery, miniature pottery, and make his cooking in that pottery. So after making the pottery, how to harden it, how to make it, bake it in a kiln and things like that will be a different part of the story, and that is not right now my concern. I was only worried about how to get this thing or this pottery wheel right. So that's what I did, and I hope this video helped you. And if you are going to attempt your pottery wheel, just keep this in mind. The motor needs to be of a good quality. It has to have a good torque and a speed, and you probably want to use speed controller for that, and try and make sure the plate has got less wobble. And if you can make the plate as a single piece in a lathe, that will be the best thing. I hope this video was useful, and if it was, please do share it with your friends and like-minded people. I will see you in my next video. Until then, bye.